Hello students, I am Vijayalakshmi Patil. Welcome to all social class. Today we are going to learn the last topic of this chapter, the revolution changes which have occurred in everyday life. In this we are going to learn points are various laws were passed by the revolutionary governments to practice liberty and equality in everyday life. Censorship was abolished, freedom of speech and expression became a natural right, views and ideas traveled widely in the countryside. The first one is censorship was abolished. What is the different major changes before and after the revolution? When we take a large in lines, we can say that changes which are brought in 1789, the changes were incorporated is following of liberty and equality into practice by law. So it was really practiced day to day life. The people of France, this was a major achievements in France. Later, freedom of speech. When freedom of speech actually crippled when things rule was present, there was a strict censorship was on the writings of people on publications so once approved by the royal family member only that can be print but in actual terms there was when it was placed under natural rights which nobody can deny the rights so people can express their views freely openly against the government there is no restriction for them to say anything against the government but what is the difference after and before the rights is before everything should be in placing manner to the king no one should not raise the voice against the king but after when they got the right on books homes poet people for every corner they print out the pamphlets songs to the people they are aware of the present happening situation in the country so it not associated with only knowledge books but also uneducated people also can understand what is actually happening in that time so clear variation of life before and after the revolution. The next topic is rise and fall of Napoleon. Here the main four important points are there. You will come to know what happened through this. Say he crowned himself as a emperor of in 1804 adopted the policy of conquest and creating the new kingdoms he was considered as modernizer of Europe. He was defeated but his ideas had a deep imprint on society. Let us start the point. In 1804, Napoleon took over the charge as a monarch of France, which brought many people saw Napoleon as a modernizer of Europe in initial days. He brought many changes. He brought uniform system of weights and measures. He was actually constrained of modernizer of Europe. At that point of time, but later, when we observed Napoleon army invading every corner of the Europe, he want to withdraw the map of Europe, which again became problematic all other countries, including France. So, again, there was a division of Napoleon rules in France itself. some are supported. That means some are giving a favor to him or some are opposing him. So, or some are asked against the questions on rules of Napoleon. So finally, after four battles were waged against the various coalition of Europeans in 1815 at Battle of Waterloo, Napoleon lost the battle because of invasion of Russia and Spain. So, with this, rule of Napoleon comes to end. Napoleon, who rises from the status of normal soldier in an army, position of the military commander, from then he has to taking over the dictatorship in France. His rose level inspired the many people of France, but not only in France, across the world, it should be spread his achievements. His spirits of high interventions have always and even today were inspired the story across the centuries from 18 to till 21st century. We have 21st century. So, in this chapter, we have covered all the aspects related to Bastille Palace reason, how society was divided in France, what was the condition of the people in France, what was set up taken the king which triggered the anger of people, rules of later also have seen rule of Robespierre and directory rule. Finally, rising of power, Napoleon rule. With this come to end of political structural changes in France and also focused on women rules and abolition of slavery. With this we get clear picture on France and growth changes in political structure of France. I hope all are understood. Keep learning, stay healthy. Thank you, everyone.